The next cognitive bias that I'll discuss is the gambler fallacy. So this is also known as the Monte Carlo fallacy or the Monte Carlo effect. This is the idea that odds will even out and can be exploited under normal conditions. So think of a roulette ball. It may land several times on red, and the gambler fallacy is based on the premise that very soon the roulette must land on black. The roulette table doesn't have any memory. The spin of the ball has no connection with previous spins of a roulette wheel, ever. In terms of the history, it does not take into account the future. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. If you're winning trade after trade, let's say you've got 6 or 7 winners in a row. Now, if you have this feeling, this confidence that, right, this next trade, 100% this is going to be a winner. This is the gambler fallacy. That's it playing on. And it's those moments when you tend to give back your profits. Because if you have 100% belief and you have all this confidence, you're on a winning streak. What a lot of traders tend to do is they tend to increase the risk because they are so 100% confident that this next trade is a winner. They will break the risk management rules. I'm already in lots of profit this week. I'm doing great. I can afford to risk a little bit more on this trade. And what ends up happening? That trade ends up being a loser. And so that one trade where they increase the risk wipes out so much risk, especially if they're following, let's say, for example, a 1% rule, or they're risking 0.5% of a trade. Now, after 7 winners, 0.5% is actually more in dollar terms than it was before your winning streak. So you're actually losing a lot more capital later on. The watermark of your balance has increased. You need to be careful with this gambling fallacy of thinking that just because the previous 5 you've won or the previous 5 you've lost, that the next one is going to be a winner. Be very careful with this one.